about?
So my name is Andrew Sturdivant. I am Assistant Professor of History and Affiliate in American Indian Studies. We're talking about American Studies History 240, which is American Indian history. The course is a survey of all Native American history, basically from the arrival of human beings to the Americas up until the present day. And I have a couple of objectives. So one of the concepts we talk about in the course is the idea of facing east, right? So for most people, our understanding of American history kind of faces west. We think about American history from the perspective of Columbus coming over, of the descendants of Columbus, looking at American history from that perspective. So what I think is great about this course is it allows us to change that perspective, right? So we think not about what Christopher Columbus thought, but what the native people living here perceived in their experiences. So it kind of turns our conceptions of American history on its head and thinks about history in a different kind of way. So that's one of the things I really like to talk about. Is something that seems really familiar, American history, but in fact it's much more complex and much more interesting. In the final week of class or so, I talk about, or the class talks about current events. We look into some specific examples and think about Native Americans in the present, and then we think about what the historical context, basically how things developed the way it did. So it gives us an opportunity to look back a little bit, do some review, and think about, okay, we've talked about 400 years of Native American history. How do we see the present day consequences of that? Right? So if part of the reason for doing history is to think about why the world we live in is the way it is, this is a way to do that. Well, I hope, kind of going back to that first question, that they take away a new understanding of American history, right? American history that considers other perspectives and has a little bit more kind of nuanced